This is Combat365.tv. Like and subscribe for more hard-hitting combat sports content. There is a debate which exists that can ruin lives, end friendships, even tear families apart. It's critically subjective, with journalists, fans and fighters alike attempting to quantify their position with facts, figures and statistics. That debate? Who is the greatest of all time? There is one man whose name is often omitted when it comes to this debate. A man that many overlook, and yet he is a man who has firmly established himself at the pinnacle of every major promotion he has ever fought in. That man is UFC light heavyweight champion Daniel Cormier. At UFC 226, Cormier faces heavyweight champion Stipe Miocic in what will surely serve as a career-defining fight. He has the opportunity to become only the second ever simul-weight UFC champion, a feat made even more impressive by the fact he's 39 years old. So how did it all begin? Cormier started his competitive sports career as a collegiate wrestler, where he rose to the heights of NCAA Division I All-American, and in 2008 made the switch to MMA after he began training at the American Kickboxing Academy. Despite starting MMA much later than most, Cormier quickly asserted himself as a very promising heavyweight under the Strikeforce banner, defeating both Antonio Bigfoot Silva and Josh Barnett to win the Strikeforce Heavyweight Grand Prix in May 2012. With the promotion's impending sale to the UFC, this accomplishment firmly put Cormier on the radar of President Dana White and Vice President of Talent Relations Joe Silva. Upon entering the UFC, Cormier decided to drop down a weight class due to his training partner Cain Velasquez being the world heavyweight champion, and within 2 fights had earned himself a crack at that division's title, in the process beginning his career-defining rivalry with Jon Jones. After a series of events which included public brawling, classless interviews and fight postponement, the two finally met at UFC 182. It would be a night to forget for Cormier though, as Jones not only became the first fighter to score a takedown on him, but also to defeat him. Undeterred, this would not be the end of Cormier's title hunt. Jones was set to defend the championship against Anthony Johnson at UFC 187, but was stripped of the gold following a hit-and-run incident in April 2015. Quickly, Cormier was drafted in to fight Johnson for the now vacant championship. Although dropped by Johnson in the opening round, Cormier went on to secure the victory via submission in the third, capturing his first major championship in the process. Cormier followed up on his title win by defeating Alexander Gustafsson, Anderson Silva and Johnson once more, furthering his stronghold at 205 pounds. Come UFC 214, Cormier was given the chance to redeem his one and only loss, as Jon Jones returned to the octagon from suspension. This time though, Jones secured a knockout victory, putting a definitive stamp on their rivalry. Things were looking very bleak, and Cormier even contemplated retiring from the sport. That was until Jones was flagged for an anti-doping violation relating to his pre-fight drug sample, his second violation following UFC 200. The knockout was subsequently rendered a no contest, and Cormier was reinstated as light heavyweight champion, going on to notch another defense against rising prospect Volkan Ozdemir. Regardless of his immortal ties to Jon Jones, Cormier has more than proven his worth, having defeated 4 UFC champions in his career to date. And come July 7th in Las Vegas, if he can defeat Stipe Miocic and capture the heavyweight championship, there will be no doubt his name belongs amongst the greatest to ever step inside the octagon. The UFC is set to scrap early morning weigh-ins. Click the video on the left to get a full rundown on this situation. And don't forget to subscribe to Combat365.tv for more hard-hitting combat sports content.